Singapore has clinched numerous first-place awards for things such as Best Airport, Cleanliness, Ease of Doing Business, Innovation, and Standard of Education. However, it comes at a price, and a hefty one at that. In 2023, Singapore was tied with Zurich for the most expensive city in the world. The EIU's Worldwide Cost of Living Survey found that, on average, prices rose by 7.4% year-on-year in local currency terms, with things like hiking GST costs, increased hawker prices, rising grocery costs, additional public transport fares, and exorbitant COE prices. Cost of living is set to continue increasing. For example, just 5 years ago in 2019, a plate of char kway teow cost $3.80 on average. But in 2023, it rose by 70 cents to $4.52. The same can be observed for McDonald's in Singapore, with a McMeal costing $6.99 in 2010, and in 2024, it costs $9.56. This represents a 36.8% increase, or 2.43% increase year-on-year. Although arguably, this can be attributed to rising ingredient costs. These increased ingredient costs not only impact hawkers, but also everyday citizens, as that means groceries cost significantly more. With that, one can only ask, how does one tackle the rising cost of living? Well, we can always ask Singaporeans how they feel about these rising costs.
Cost of living is becoming extremely high.
Marginally, I'm more or less retired, so I don't need a lot of expenses. You can see the prices like in a coffee shop a bit high, but still manageable, I guess.
Back then, the food price, like a chicken rice, cost like $2, $3. And now, like, even kopitiam sells like around 5 or 6.
I'm a coffee lover, so every cup of coffee now from 2 something now, toast probably become 3.9 for iced coffee.
Personally, for me, it's nasi padang. Because rice, veggie, meat, and maybe like eggs can cost me like $8, $9. It's really expensive for like a day-to-day thing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't find that anything that's out of reach yet, because I think generally they're still more affordable compared to other countries.
To us, it's probably less impact. I guess we take public transportation and bus, MRT is pretty much. I mean, to me, it doesn't feel that different.
So it's actually quite pricey. I mean, I ride and I drive. So if I have the time, I will actually go to JB to get petrol from JB. One pump, 100, almost 150. A class 2B bike will cost me around $15 to $16.
It's only the petrol and parking.
Sometimes me and my family will try to be thrifty, so we will cook at home. We have days where we cut down on our meat. But sometimes if my family wants to eat out, we just eat out.
Yeah, most definitely. So of course, we cut down on high-end restaurants, eat at more affordable places.
I think social activity we still do 2 times a week. Instead of planning for a big dinner and get together, we perhaps straight out to something smaller.
The government is giving a lot of CDC vouchers, which I've used most of the time, so it's okay.
Yes, the CDC vouchers, they actually help a lot. With the CDC voucher, it can definitely help you to save 1 to 2 months of your spending.
Not really. I think the CDC voucher and stuff are very minimum to us. I don't think it's helped much, honestly. I guess it's we are on our own. We just need to plan better.
Personally, I see it everywhere, from petrol to even everything, everyday goods at NTUC, and even simple necessities like even sunblock. I mean, everything has gone up by a lot.
In the past, everything used to be very cheap, but now it's so expensive.
Especially on daily expenses, groceries went up, transport went up slightly.
Definitely, even at food courts, now it's very common to get dishes like $10. You get a $10 note and the hawker say, no, it's $10.50.
Chicken rice, Hokkien mee is like easily $5 per plate.
Like a cup of coffee, I can go as low as $1 at certain place. At certain place, I can go all the way up to $1.60 at coffee shop. I think one thing is public car. If it's normal public transport, it's still bearable. And I think it's on that aspect, beside the cost, I think it becomes more efficient.
All along, Singapore government already have distance-based charging because we have the world's highest petrol duty. Petrol duty is distance-based charging. The more you drive, the more petrol you use.
Yes, we tend to go out less. We will have less outing or dining out.
Tend to entertain friends at home rather than eat out because they find that eating out really adds up.
Maybe like we'll prioritize who to hang out with. I will still spend the money if I need to spend the money lah.
Of course, we do take advantage of vouchers, but I feel that vouchers are like a now and then kind of measure. So I don't see how the vouchers is going to help the poorer people in the long term.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we take advantage of CDC vouchers and supermarket promotions.
CDC voucher definitely help on the daily basis.
Although things might look a bit bleak, rest assured, there are ways to lower the cost of living. For example, the government has been handing out CDC vouchers to households as part of the assurance package. These range from $300 to $500 per household and can be used at participating hawkers, supermarkets and heartland merchants. In terms of food, there is the Budget Meal GoWare website where one can see the nearest budget food options, which are typically priced at $350 and below for food and $120 and below for drinks. Supermarkets also often have sales that can cut down grocery prices significantly. Overall, although the cost of living is set to rise for the foreseeable future, with careful management and planning, one can still thrive under these conditions. But what do you think? Are there any other ways to combat the rising cost of living? This is Christabel signing out.